Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Immigration Talk Show. I'm your host, Sam, and you're watching Daily Immigration Dose that is streaming live at 4 p.m. EST. And before moving ahead, let me read out this very important disclaimer. By watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not professional advice, so use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. All right, friends, after this very important disclaimer, let me welcome you all once again. And let me tell you that today we are here with another very important and very timely topic that we are going to talk in today's webinar. And that is what is the H-1B electronic registration? So recently, there have been a few updates, few changes in this process, and what it is, and is it really benefiting the applicants? Also, what are the reactions of people? Everything we are going to talk in today's webinar. So make sure to participate and also put up comments and ask questions as much as possible. And make sure to watch this webinar till the end because this is a casual exchange of ideas. So we are really going to share our point of views and we would love to have yours as well. And the great thing is you can also participate, on call with us. That is by dialing this number 425 with the access code 988888. So please call us and let us know what do you think about these changes. And also, I'm here with my co-host Napasa Pradhan. So hi Napasa, I'm so happy that you are here after quite a long time. So hope you're doing good.
Thank you so much, Sam. I'm happy to be back. And yes, I wasn't doing so well, but I'm so glad I've recovered quite a bit to be present here today and finally here. So thank you so much, everyone, to join us. Who, wherever you are from, thank you for joining us here on Immigration Talk Show on Daily Immigration Dose. So, as Sam has already said, today we are going to discuss in detail about H-1B electronic registration. So, it's going to be a good one. But before we head on to that discussion, let's give out a few quick news updates. So I got this first one. This news which I wanted to share is that DOG crackdown. There has been employers who face criminal charges over immigration violations. So it's a sweeping policy shift, and the Department of Justice, that is DOJ, has ordered federal prosecutors to prioritize immigration related cases, significantly increasing legal risk for employers. So the first things first is there is stricter enforcement. So a DOJ memo directs US attorneys officers to aggressively pursue charges against business hiring or harboring undocumented immigrants, including H-1B visa employers. And another thing is criminal liability for employers. Previously, companies faced civil penalties for violations, but under this policy, they may now be prosecuted under criminal statutes and such as 8 USC 1324. And site visits and audits, the USCIS and the Fraud Detection and National Security Directorate, FDNS, are ramping up site visits even at third party locations and remote workplaces, increasing employer scrutiny. And there's a case example as well, Homeland Security investigations. They have already charged a Texas bakery for harboring undocumented workers, signaling the DOJ's aggressive approach. And high skilled worker employers are at risk. So, experts warn that even minor misrepresentations in H-1B filings could lead to criminal investigations, so making compliance more critical than ever before. And the precautions that employers can need to take would be, businesses should conduct regular 1 to 9 audits, train HR teams on immigration compliance and consult legal experts to mitigate risks. And with DOJ prioritizing immigration enforcement, companies must take proactive steps to avoid severe legal consequences. That was a very important news update from my end. And over to you, Sam.
All right. Thank you so much, Napasa, for letting us know about this very important update and very timely too. Friends, I also have a very important news, and that's about President Donald Trump's Gold Card immigration plan that is a new path to citizenship. So, let me tell you, friends, that President Donald Trump has announced a new immigration plan that is called the Gold Card Visa, which offers wealthy individuals a fast track to US citizenship for a whopping $5 million. So, let's understand this in a very simple term what it is and how the system whole works. So, firstly, if we understand what exactly a gold card visa is, then according to President Donald Trump, he says that it's a special visa for wealthy people where they pay $5 million for a path to US citizenship. That means by paying $5 million, they can have a path and can live in the US. The goal is to bring successful individuals to the US who can spend money, pay taxes, and also create jobs and basically benefit US economy. So, if we talk whether this sounds fair or not, or should wealth give people a faster route to citizenship or not, here's a very important point that the gold card would replace the older EB5 visa. And for those who exactly don't know about this, the EB5 was designed to attract foreign investment. And people could get this visa by investing $1 million in a business that creates at least 10 jobs. So I'm sure you are thinking now that replacing the EB5 visa with the gold card, is it a good idea or not? So according to Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, the gold card is meant to stop fraud and nonsense seen in the EB5 program. President Trump believes that wealthy people with this visa are definitely going to benefit the US economy by spending and investing more. So, do you think, friends, that raising the price of these visas are really going to prevent the fraud? I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. But here's also where it gets a lot more interesting that Donald Trump mentioned that the US government called sell up to 10 million gold cards to help reduce the national deficit. He even suggested that wealthy individuals could pay for talented workers to immigrate to the US as part of the program. And finally, Donald Trump says this plan doesn't need approval from Congress member. However, citizenship requirements are usually determined by Congress, so it's unclear that how this will play out. So, I would love to know your thoughts, friend. Do you think that President Donald Trump's gold card idea should go through Congress or not? And also, why is it that important? And will the gold card visa, help boost the U.S. economy, or is it just a way for the wealthy immigrants, to buy their way into the country? So this is another very important news, and that's too very important for our viewers to know about it. So thank you so much, friends, for listening these news very patiently. And now I think, Napasa, we should turn our focus back to our today's very important topic. That is, what is the H-1B registration, electronic registration? So I think
Absolutely.
before talking about the updates, let's have a clarity regarding what is the H-1B electronic registration. So would you like to go ahead or you want me to go ahead?
Sure. I mean, in short, I can give a brief intro to H-1B electronic registration. And the H-1B visa program, it's definitely one of the very crucial pathways for skilled foreign workers who are seeking employment in the United States.
Mhm.
And it has been one of the most famous ones every year. Around this time, everybody's most people who want to file into H-1B lottery system are pretty excited and nervous and anxious at the same time, to crack and be a part of the H-1B lottery. So, of course, but due to high demand and limited visa numbers, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, the USCIS, introduced an electronic registration system, to streamline the process and ensure fairness. So, today, of course, we're going to explore a lot about this. But to understand it better, the H-1B electronic registration system, it was introduced to simplify the application process, for employers and also beneficiaries at the same time. So before 2020, employers had to submit a complete H-1B petition to be considered for selection. But now in this new system, The system requires employers to register online during a designated period, reducing paperwork and also administrative burdens. So, yes, there are advantages, disadvantages, and maybe we are going to discuss today about the same. And, the registration period and key dates for fiscal year 2026, it starts March 7th, 2025, and it's going to, of course, at noon Eastern time, and closes on the 24th of March at noon Eastern time uh, as well. So, yes, this is what I can say for now.
I
Sorry.
think, yeah, that's very important, friends, to also know about what's new for the fiscal year 2026. And as Nipasa, my co host, has mentioned about the dates. So, yeah, that's very important date, and set a reminder for that so that you don't miss this very important date. And I think I should also would like to shed light on exactly what is the H-1B electronic registration. So, friends, it is a very first step for US employers to enter their potential employee whom they want to hire or would like to, want to work in their own company into the, through the H-1B visa lottery system. So instead of filing a very lengthy and full application right away, employers firstly have to submit basic details about their company and the employer. And they also have to pay a small registration fee, and ultimately, they have to wait for the lottery results. And if selected, then they can submit the full H-1B petition, and this process saves time, then money, and also reduces a lot of paperwork for employers. So this was the process how it used to go before. And after the changes, after these recent updates, there are certain, I would say, lots of different things that have come up. So we are going to talk about it one by one. But this was the background how the process used to work earlier. And with that, I think let me have a discussion on also the very first key change to the H-1B registration process. So, friends, right now there's a very important, I would say, topic that is about beneficiary-centric selection process. So, before what used to happen that some employers would submit multiple H-1B registrations for the same employee, and they wanted because they wanted to go to US badly. That is why they used to ask from different companies, ask from different employers to hire their name. And this was something that they think that this is going to increase their chance of being selected in the system. But this actually turned into fraud. This actually exploited the system, because those employers weren't the credible one, those employers were the fraud one. Maybe they can be smugglers or maybe agents or someone who weren't the honest one, basically. And USCIS got to know about this whole trap, and that is why they tried, to reduce the fraud and make the system a fairer one. That is why now they have come up with a very new term, and that is beneficiary-centric selection process. So this means that now USCIS has changed the rule, and each person can only have one registration counted in the H-1B lottery, even if their employer submits multiple. So, friends, now it doesn't matter that how many names are being registered. Uh, how many companies are registering that employee name? It will count only as the one, because earlier multiple employers used to register single name as compared to the other one who were getting only one name. So this simply shows, that one employee is performing better. That is why there are so many companies who are registering their name. But USCIS got to know about this, and now they come up with that each person can only have one registration counted in the H-1B lottery. And if an employer tries to register the same person more than once, then only one registration will be considered, and the extra ones won't increase the chances. So, friends, this change makes sure that every person has an equal opportunity, has an equal chance to get selection in the H-1B visa lottery system. So no one gets an unfair advantage by submitting many registrations for the same person. So yeah, I think this is a very first change, and that happened, and that has been taken a very initial step from the USCIS. So this is according to me, this is a good change. and a better change, where the system can become more fairer and more flexible also, because it will save time, it will make the process smooth also, and of course exploitation will be reduced. So I think, Napasa, this is the first change that I let our viewers know about it. Could you please go ahead and let us know about more changes that is taking place in the system?
Absolutely, Sam. Thank you so much for, telling us about the very important update. And yes, this next thing I wanted to tell you folks is that there's a fee hike from $10 to $215, which is huge. It's like $205 increased, and it's going to be pretty expensive for people who are filing H-1B for the lottery. And from what I hear, from discussions and webinars and news, seems like everybody is not just going to um, you know register for H-1B lottery unless they are very very sure, or they really really want those employers to work for them. So sorry, employees to work for them. So let's see what happens. But 215 is a huge, jump. I mean, we're $10 and we're $215, right? So we are going to see that this is going to affect the number of registrations, I guess. But we will have to wait and watch. But to see that they're meeting the cap, of course, it will. I'm sure they're going to meet that number again this time. So let's see what happens. And this is one very important thing, and it's going to be very expensive. So,
Yeah,
yes, let's see.
right.
The
But
time
I
is
think
coming soon. 7th March is not too far. So,
that's
yeah.
right. I
Yes,
think,
Sam.
with the increase in the fee, we can expect that there will be less registration as compared
Yes.
to the last one, because, now there's also beneficiary centric is also here, and the
Mhm.
rise in fees is also here. So I think, Napasa, maybe in this year we can see less registration now. What do you think about it?
I also think the same. I don't think employers are just going to register anyone and everyone. They are going to filter a lot because it's a lot of money that they will have to pay for, right?
That's
So if
right.
only they would want to invest that too, I mean, for just luck, because it's a lottery, right? It's not
Yes,
like 100% that they will be picked or their candidates will be picked.
that's right.
So, I mean, not for sure at least. So it's a huge risk and a lot of money. So I'm sure that they're going to think a lot of times before investing that amount.
They will. They will. I think so. Okay, so I think, friends, these were two key changes that we just shared right now. And let's move ahead with third one, and it's about passport requirement. So now, when registering for the H-1B lottery, employers must give a valid passport details for the person they want to hire. So let me also talk about what has been changed. So before, what used to happen, friends, that those who are applying for it, they don't need to provide passport info during the registration process, because registration process is the very first step, right? And earlier, I mean, there wasn't any need for the passport in the first step, and it was required later in the process. But now, this is the change, that passport information is required right at the registration stage. So if we talk about it, that why do we need passport in the very first stage? So I think this helps USCIS to make sure that each person is uniquely identified, and stops anyone from submitting multiple registrations for the same person who are using different details. Because obviously it's the first step, and if the first step is, I would say, burdened with lots of applications, then it becomes very difficult for USCIS to actually select the real candidate, and identify which candidate should be should be selected in the next process. So that is why, to make the, I would say, the first initial step a clearer one, so that there wouldn't be a burden, or there wouldn't be overloading of the applications, and that too same name with four multiple companies. So that's like a waste of time, and that's also no use. Cost are being impacted, then time is being impacted, and money is also there. So that is why, to make the process simpler and also to get a little ease for these process, USCIS has come up with this change, so that if there will be passport at the first step, then at least they can have a better picture which candidate to select and which not to, as it will also prevent fraud and keep the process fair by ensuring that the same passport is used throughout the entire application process. So, friends, this way, at least no one can try to cheat by submitting multiple entries with different names or info. So, I think the main agenda for USCIS is obviously to reduce as much as multiple entries, and they are trying their best by which steps or what changes they can bring up to reduce these multiple entries, because that was something that was creating a lot of chaos and also misusing the system. So yeah, I think the PASA, this is again a very important change that was needed for our viewers. So yeah, I think passport requirement is another change, and please go ahead and let us know more about the changes.
Yes, absolutely, Sam. Of course, like for any immigrant, migrating to another country, passport is very important. And initially, this was checked later after the process of filing, right? But
Mhm.
now it is indicated that they have to have it right from the beginning, right from when they are applying for the visa. So that is one change. And when you talk about the beneficiary centric process, I think it started last year and it has definitely shown, that it has reduced fraudulent kind of activities a lot. So it is definitely beneficial, and it has, you know, how to say, help that everybody has an equal chance. So no matter how many times, your name is registered, you are going to be counted as one, right?
Mhm.
And earlier, what used to happen is there were so many companies who could register under your name, and well, it was like trying to give you more chance. But then, yes, I think it is fairer, much much fairer after it has become beneficiary centric. And yes, apart from that, if you look at the, even the numbers, they have quite, how to say, dropped. 2024 had about
Yeah,
780,884 total registrations, and 2025 had 479,953. So look at the difference in just these two consecutive fiscal years. So I'm sure that this year, especially with the fee hike, maybe this number could drop down as well.
that's right. I think there's a lot to, put, I would say, notice on this, that it was about 700,000, and the last year it was 400,000. Absolutely, we can see that it's not about that there are less employers or there are less registration, but we can see that maybe the same individual has been registered thrice or four times or maybe more than that. So I think this is something, we can get the idea that how much these fraud activities are taking place. See, we can see, friends, in this chart. In fiscal year 2025, the total registration was 479,000, and the eligible registrations were 470,000, and selected were 135,000 somewhere. And similarly, I would say, I mean, sorry, not similarly, but unsimilarly, we can see in 2024, it's a huge difference. So it is something that we can see how much the system has been exploited, and how much multiple names and multiple entries have been taking place. And this is why I think USCIS has taken such a big step to reduce these multiple entries and also to reduce the numbers, so that everyone can have an equal chance and can have a same opportunity, so that the system can become a fairer one. So yeah, I think that's what we should come up with, and also we took this information from the USCIS .gov website. So yeah, I think that was a very relevant information that we got from the website. And I can see a lot of comments also here. Thank you so much, Aarti and Tarun. Also, thank you so much, friends, for joining us. And we will definitely take up your comments. But before that, I think let's have a short break. And friends, we are here, so don't go anywhere because we'll be joining just after a break. So keep watching Immigration Talk Show because today we are going to have a very important discussion on what is the H-1B electronic registration. So keep watching Immigration Talk Show and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Immigration Talk Show. I'm so happy to have you all here, and thank you so much for joining us. And today we are having a great discussion with my co-host Nipasa Pradhan on the topic: What is the H-1B electronic registration? So till now, friends, we have discussed a lot of things about this topic. We have discussed what is the meaning of H-1B electronic registration and also some key changes. Firstly, we come up with the beneficiary centric, then we come up with the fee that has been increased from $10 to $215. And also, we come up with the passport requirement. So, these are the basic three key changes that we have talked right now and explored right now. So there are more to go, there are more changes, but what are those, and also how is it going to benefit you, or is it going to create more challenges for you? We are going to discuss in this webinar. So do participate and join us on this session. That would be, I would say, great. By dialing this number, that is 425 with the access code 988888. So we are live on YouTube, available on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, on an Instagram as well. So follow us on these many platforms, and also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. And I think now we are done with all the information. So Nepasa, why don't we go ahead and cover the next changes as well? So I have more changes that I would like our viewers to know about it, and that is, friend, fraud prevention measures. So firstly, there's introduction of stricter attestations. So employers are now required to submit attestations under penalty of perjury. So they provide, so basically this means that the employers have to certify that the information that they are providing in the H-1B registration is valid, is truthful, and any attempt to manipulate the process could have serious legal consequences, including the criminal prosecution. And there's another thing, that is job offer authenticity. So employers have to confirm that there is a bona fide job offer for the beneficiary and that the job is being offered in a good faith. So this is also to prevent employers from creating fake jobs, because these things used to happen earlier, and now hopefully we won't be able to see any fake job offers or any artificial inflating the number of registration by submitting multiple entries for the same individual through different entities. So I think this is the change that I wanted to mention. And Napasa, please go ahead and let us know more about the topic.
Absolutely, Sam. So one main point, like I wanted to say about the fee increase, from $10 to $215. The fee increase is basically meant to discourage mass filings from multiple employers, who attempt to game the system.
Mm-hmm.
We uh, last year we saw a lot of it as well, right? And USCIS also argues that higher fee covers administrative costs as well and enhances program integrity. So they are going to use this fee, I'm sure, because they're going to collect a lot of funds through this fee, and they're going to use it for the upgradation of well, let's see, USCIS and the whole system maybe. And the new fee could deter non-serious filings, reducing the overall number of fraudulent regulations, as spoken earlier, that only only those who they really want to have in the for them working for them, they would vouch for them and register for them, but not just unnecessarily or not people they're not very sure about. So this is definitely going to bring in a very huge difference and change. And you know, we have been talking about fraud activities and fraudulent job offers as well. So I'm sure that this is going to, stop all that as well. So, excuse me, they're going to ensure legitimate employers are registering candidates, and the reduction in multiple registrations per beneficiary shows that fraudulent registrations also have decreased drastically.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I think it will make everything better. Maybe uh, H-1B applicants are thinking that this time they have to suffer a bit, and this time they may have a less chance as compared to the previous one. But friends, this is how the system is, this is how the laws are, and we are bound to follow that. So I think instead of complaining, it's time to prepare yourself. It's time to stay vigilant. It's time to stay updated with every change because also if we talk about recent change that happened in Dropbox that happened on February 10th and that too without even notifying anyone. So, most of the people are thinking that that change just took place without even any notification. So, things are happening in 2025 without sometimes even being notified, even without being any prior notification to that. So, it's you who have to stay update. It's you who have to be, I would say, keep yourself aware about. All the changes that is taking place in the world of immigration and start preparing and without complaining more, I would say consult with attorney because that's the only way you can save yourself and you can also increase your chances of being selected in the H-1B system. I mean, in the H-1B lottery system. So I think, Nepalsa, now let's take our viewers' comments also because I don't want to make them wait for too long. So here's Aarti's comment, and Aarti is saying that I am applying for the H-1B lottery this year. All right, but my employer is worried about new wage-based selection rule. So will lower wage applicants have a realistic chance, or will most H-1Bs go to those with the highest salaries? I think, Aarti, that's a very important question about low wage applications, and we have seen that in 2025, there will be a high waged, a wage based selection. So I don't know whether the lower wage applicants have the chance or not, but I think, if they are having a good skills, if they are having a good experience, because those things also depend upon the lottery system. I mean, not on the lottery system, sorry, on the selection of the candidate. So I think that may happen, but you just have to like motivate your employer And if there's any change or any new update comes up with, then make sure that you have liked, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show, because we come up with latest updates and latest changes, and that's very important for our viewers to know about it. So, I think let's move ahead with Tarun's comments. So, Napasa, why don't you
Sure.
go ahead and take this one?
Sure, Tarun is asking, do you think the significant decrease in the total number of registrations submitted for the fiscal year 2025 H-1B cap as compared to fiscal year 2024 indicates a shift in employer strategies or a response to changes in the registration process? Well, of course, it indicates quite a shift, in um, basically they're trying to reduce fraudulent and they're trying to make it more fair, I would say, Tarun, um, like these latest updates to this whole H-1B process, they're focusing more in improving fairness, for each and everyone who are going to be a part of this lottery system, reducing fraud, ensuring that only legitimate employers and candidates participate, So this shift also, if you talk about beneficiary centric selection model or even the strict passport requirements, which is the one of the latest updates as well, and even this huge fee hike in the
Mm-hmm.
H-1B fee, they all aim to enhance the integrity of this lottery system, also while maintaining the efficiency at this, in the program. So I think that's all I can say. That is what it indicates.
Yeah. And I think that's how, the system will become a better one, because already we have seen that there are lots of registration took place when these changes weren't implemented. And now suddenly, after the changes, we can see direct reduction in the number of applicants. So that shows that those are the valid applicants and not the fraudulent one. So thank you so much, Tarun, for your question. And please go ahead. And if you have any follow-up question, or if you would like to share any other insight regarding this topic, then we are here, and we would love to know from you. Next up, I think let's take Vikas Gupta's comment. Is there a way to request a fee waiver while filing online? I think because I don't have much knowledge into this, and I'm not very much, I would say, expertise. My expertise is not on this, but for sure, I'm going to take this question, to attorney, because and every week we have our, I would say, webinars, live webinars with immigration attorneys, and there we come up with different topics, and very timely as well. So we would request you to participate in our live webinar, and ask questions directly to her, I mean to them, and they are definitely going to provide you the expert advice, and I'm sure that's really going to be helpful for you. So don't miss out that, and yeah, I think do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And I think that's all. Napasa, we have covered a lot of information, and we have taken our viewers' comments also. So I think let's wrap up, or would you like to say anything at the end of the show?
Well, I would just like to tell folks out there that we had two very important webinars today, one with Attorney Chand Parvataneni and another with Attorney Uma Mantravadi. And I'm sure that it's going to be very beneficial if you go stream these webinars, because there's a lot of information that you wouldn't want to miss.
Mhm.
So go check it out and don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well. Our handle is Immigration Talk Show. So, yes, hit that bell icon, subscribe to us, and stay notified. Also, you can participate by commenting. Even after these streams have ended, you can leave your comment, and we always make sure to, come with an answer for you. So, do that, friends. And also, don't forget to check us out. We are on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, Instagram, and yes, apart from YouTube, that is. So check us out, and also check us out on www.staffingme.com. And if you want to contact us as well, my phone number is 408-335-6444. That's where you can even WhatsApp me, and you can email me in case you want to send your queries or questions, which we can direct to the attorneys directly. write to me. My email is nipa@staffingly.com. And you can even write to Sam. Her email is sam@staffingly.com. So I think that's all I can say for now. Thank you so much, each one, for joining us. And if you have any more questions, I'd just say keep commenting.
Right. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It was a very insightful session, and we are waiting for more sessions to be coming up on every day. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show, and also press the bell icon to be notified if we come up with any video or any news update. So thank you so much for joining us, friends. See you tomorrow with another very exciting webinar. So join us there and take care, everyone.